clubs you worked in the city, or all the places you
All the
worked?
places in the city. I worked at, Santucci had the other place, which was a little tiny hole-in-the-wall bar, and as it was ending, he hired me to go in there, because he didn't really give a shit who was bartending at that point. And so he let me in, and I didn't know what I was doing. And every day I had some goth girl come in there and drill me on drinks and tell me how horrible I was and drink on my booze. And that was my first bartending gig. The bouncing started at Club 181, and that was Eddie and Taylor so long ago. I want to say 25. I was 25. I'm 46 now, so at least 20 years ago. That was the first club, and I stuck there for a long time. And then we started getting a pretty good reputation, so we started getting, the entire security crew started getting offers to work at other clubs on certain nights or off nights. And so we were working these Samoan nightclubs, we were working these Asian nightclubs, we were working a lot of Indian nightclubs, which was awesome, because no one drinks. No one drinks. It's like if there's one catalyst that's going to make you fight more than anything else, it's going to be booze. And then, so you'd sit there and you'd watch all these people have a lot of real clean, nice, wholesome fun, and then go home and you get back.
Awesome, yeah.
So, but yeah, there was a lot of sub-scenes. So there was a lot of clubs that just didn't last. There were warehouses and someone was converting, and but yeah, there was.
Can you imagine that now? Empty warehouses in San Francisco.
Oh,
like,
just
wow.
everywhere,
I worked
right?
a ton of them.
Yeah, and there was tons of empty warehouses.
Yeah. And not to mention, like, you wouldn't even consider owning a warehouse in the city because it was south of Mission when I was around that age.
Yeah.
What? I remember when I was a kid coming across the Bay Bridge and realizing that the clock tower had warehouse space for sale. So I got the phone number and I called them for fucking shits and giggles, and was astounded when they told me it was $2 a square foot. I was like, I can get a warehouse in Oakland and West Grand for at least 50 cents a square foot, right? Like, and that was the logic. I mean, I ended up getting a warehouse and we were doing that whole punk thing, and it was fun. But yeah, now it's what, $1,000 a square foot, right? So yeah, okay, let's see. Polyesters, 181 was the same club, but they changed owners. Polyesters, the second incarnation. Zeitgeist, Delirium, Maritime Hall, Noe's Bar, Jason's Bar, I want to call it the other place. What else did I work? The other problem was I drank so much back then.
Yeah, and I worked with you at Delirium.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Norman worked there too.
And you got your brother in?
Alex didn't work Delirium. He
But
worked.
when did he start working?
He worked. Well, see, Alex had been working in bars and clubs since he was 18. He started as a bar back at, I want to say, Kimball's. Back in the old days. Where was the original location?
Downtown.
Yeah. Anyways, he used to, or no, it was originally in the Emeryville Shopping Center.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. I remember that place.
And he started there underage, but he was getting paid cash, and he'd been a he's a career bartender, bartender bouncer. But yeah, he ended up coming into 181 and eventually became management, I think, with Polyesters there. And so it was me and my brother. Our group was a whole bunch of guys. You had to be over 6 feet or over 200 pounds to be a bouncer with us. That was just kind of between us, that was the rule, right? Yeah. Although we did have a couple guys who were too small. They didn't meet the physical dimensions, but they were friends, and they came with a recommendation that they could handle things.
Yeah.
One ended up being an SFPD, ended up being Comp of the Year in SF the year 9/11 happened. And he was in a gunfight that he didn't want to be in. But the kid who shot at him, he came around the corner, cop car, 2 kids making a drug deal. The drug dealer thought the kid had set him up, shot him.
Wow.
The kid who was buying the drugs saw the cop car, ran with a bullet wound upstairs in a like, you know, one of those big ass apartment complexes. And when Mike came up to come out the hallway, he came out of the doorway and came around the corner, guys from shot at him. And he had pulled back, and the bullet actually entered his sleeve, left a red mark along his arm.
Wow.
And he was an old Marine, so he comes around the corner. And this is after he's been bouncing. Now this is when no one was a cop. He comes around the corner, marching up that fucking hallway. The guy came around the corner, he put 5 in his chest, I think. So, Cop of the Year.
There you go.
Poor fucking kid. And you hear Mike talk about it. Like, Mike at heart is a really sweet guy, and he's got his girlfriend, and he's, you know, he's like this real normal guy. He didn't want that to happen. You hear it every time he told this story. He's just heartbroken. He's like, he was just running. The blood was just coming out. You know,
yeah.
I was like, hey, you know, trying to help the guy. And Scary business.
For those of you who don't understand, the city used to be a lot seedier than it is now.
Oh yeah, in
A lot,
fact,
tons and tons and tons seedier.